Welcome. I'm John Manuck, Chairman and CEO of Techmer PM. I appreciate you taking time to listen to this message today because it's an important announcement about the growth strategies of Techmer PM. Recently, we signed an agreement with SK Capital based in New York to form a strategic partnership. Strategic partnership, why? It's all about us continuing to grow the business, but on a global basis, and to make investments suitable to be a global player. Is this a recent event? No, actually, my first contact with SK goes back to July 2018. Subsequently, they visited some of our facilities in both Tennessee and California, and we began serious discussions about what the possibilities were of working together. I was also impressed by the fact that their portfolio included companies in the chemical and the plastics industry, and basically they invest in manufacturing businesses. That was very important to us. Also, it was critical that we spend some time to see that we share the same values and aspirations in terms of what defines a successful company. Anyway, it's taken us roughly a year and a half, and now we're at this point to announce it publicly and to begin making significant strides forward. Some simple questions about this transaction. Is there going to be any change in management? No. I'll continue running the business. Our leadership, management team, senior team will stay intact. The only change that's going to be made actually is we are going to add one extra member to help us pull off the strategic growth that we have in mind, and that's a gentleman by the name of Mike McHenry. Mike spent his whole career in the chemical industry and with companies like Aceba and BASF. We're preparing ourselves for making great sides despite on everything that's happening in the economic climate globally. So certainly, whether you're a customer of ours, an employee, or supplier, there's an alignment between those categories. And first of all, I've talked to each of you in the past about the fact that Techmer PM's dedicated to growth. We have been ever since the company was created in 1981. During that time, we started off as a small operation in California, expanded across the U.S., and more recently, a couple of years ago, down into Mexico, so that we operate 7 manufacturing facilities today. What we see is a demand among the global OEMs for a reliable, high-quality, innovative partner, and we find it necessary to have a presence on every continent. What are some of the other key elements of this? One of which is the fact that there are 3 areas that I think we have to excel in order to be a capable and successful 21st century company. The first of which is the concept of design thinking. To us, very important. We just don't churn out plastic pellets. In fact, I like to say that our IP is contained in those little pellets that fill our Gaylords, drums, and bags. So design becomes very important. It's not just design, though, by working on our own. It's designed through collaboration. And the collaboration has to do us working closely with you if you're a customer, and then sometimes involving some of our suppliers. So this way, we learn about a need that we could fulfill, but sometimes we want to maybe work with one of our suppliers to, let's say if we're going to work on an additive and we feel that the molecular weight has to change, or maybe some functional side groups have to be added, and by doing those things, we can improve the efficacy of whatever our desired endpoint is. So, all right, we've got design, we've got collaboration, and then there's a third word that's become very popular here since the 21st century began, and that's the word authentic. And that's a tricky one because what does that mean? It means that we don't do this by just creating a lot of fanfare and full-page advertisements. It's mean that we deliver real value up and down the supply chain, and we deliver real value to our employees. And through that, we create a high-performing environment which benefits everybody up and down the supply chain. I appreciate you taking some time today, and certainly will be available to answer questions and add more details. Thank you.